that one, just. Oh, I'm seeing it, right? And do you see, what do you see? Okay, you see that, okay, so when I hit. This.
Great.
How are you?
I'm good. How are
Another
you?
hug.
We're gonna have a lot of hugs.
We've got this hug, we've got a hug up in Anchorage, I understand. Dinner.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Too much on my mind.
Wow.
Yeah, no, at Val's on the 10th when you get up there.
Yes.
Too far away.
When do you leave tomorrow?
No, Sunday.
Sunday.
I'm going up on Sunday.
Oh. Fine. Ayers?
Uh-huh.
Ayers is coming to deal with my.
Okay, that's interesting.
Tomorrow.
Oh, good.
Hopefully it won't be a big issue. There's a couple of things. But if they say they're coming in the
Like, I'm gonna
afternoon,
move
I'll
this. Do
come
you
over
see
because
that
I have
one on your
nothing
screen?
otherwise going on tomorrow.
Not quite yet.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, I will, and tomorrow I will probably be just a little late,
Mm.
closer to, it just depends. Callie's got a 7:30
Oh.
hair
12-second
appointment.
delay.
So I probably won't get started biking until
Hi,
closer to
Penny,
8.
where are you?
Could be a little after 8, which means it might be a little after 9
Uh-huh.
when I get there.
So where do you?
You and I,
not that-
do you guys live near each other?
Oh, I take her to.
Around the corner.
I don't know that
Are you?
she's Sue High.
Because you've seen me skiing out there, probably.
She's accepting any new clients, but it wouldn't matter right now anyway, but maybe next summer.
I like way I used to like It's great.
And she gets brushed every other week, and then she gets a full
It's back, but
bath and everything every 6 weeks.
I don't know.
But she looks so
Incredibly cute.
So when I couldn't, I mean, I started it when I had my hand surgery because I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And it's just so nice to have her do it. I just have continued it. And it's convenient, 7:30 in the morning after I do my work at it. I just take her
So
over
that
there.
chef
It's
is
about
good.
15
It's
minutes.
just that the menu.
Just go about mine.
I've seen, like, when I went to Pet Food Express to buy shrimp tortillas, like a proper metal crate.
They've had a couple really good.
There.
Oh, they do.
And the entry there.
I think some big pet places do. I'm not familiar with that.
And I didn't actually sit there and watch the whole thing, so.
Hello. Well, that's just for Callie to get just a brush out,
Uh-huh.
not a full grooming at all. Full grooming would, I don't know. It's because I just dropped them.
Yeah.
At this day,
You didn't want to share.
Well, I've seen both you and Bob driving around
just got out
town.
of vanilla.
I don't recall being in town today.
Well, yesterday I saw both of you
Okay.
and I saw
That's
Bob
fine.
today, so.
It's just one thing after another.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
On
okay.
Pioneer going one way, you were
On the
going
show
one way, and
today?
then Bob was going the other way.
I was gonna be doing today, but good.
You were on a show?
No, at the mill,
Oh.
show.
Oh.
So the opening, it's this woman is she and her husband have been hiking the Arctic for 30+ years, 40 years. So these are large canvases of hers of hiking just mountains.
Well, I just saw it come
Just
up.
the geology.
Like share the spirit, and that's the Christmas.
Share the spirit.
Saturday, she's
Yeah.
gonna be talking at the gallery.
People recitals.
Sponsored by the Friends of the Refuge. So it's a talk, so I got
Oh.
food for that.
On Promise.
Stuff.
Oh my God.
I'm running drinks.
I'm glad I'm
It's
retired.
like has been said. It is too many non.
So that's Saturday, 5 to 7.
It's
Friday, different parts of John's, at 6 o'clock. And then Saturday, she's coming.
Oh, you did? Right. You gave it, you're teaching.
Get it out of pressure, you know.
Oh, really? That's cool. So your dog is very advanced. Because they started inside the training egg room, so it's confined. You get your dogs. Yeah. Yeah. So where were things
Well, it
headed?
has been floated
Different ways.
probably through some powers.
She's doing great.
Oh, all these souls here.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. She's getting all in that. She's gone through the nose work in the training center, and I think the next one's odor. She hasn't done odor yet. I don't think. Our other dog's odor. But in the winter, yeah, she do it anytime, but in the winter it's a little easier because we have paths shut, so we'll hide things in your paths. She loves it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
I know. We do it in our living room.
I just share it.
You know, we used to with Buddy.
I happen to see when she would go hide in the slides, looks like on
Like we'd
first.
come home and so one of us would go let the dog out and one of us would be hiding somewhere. Hiding ourselves in weeds. But it's really good. I mean, have the dog search.
Or,
Yeah.
I don't know, when I asked last time was for a parking lot, I built my parking lot. Thanks to her.
Don't talk about that.
I will not.
We'll say, well,
No.
Did she ever wander off?
I will say thanks to
You
her.
never know.
no, and then we start
No, my ask is for real too. September 2nd is phase one. Phase one.
Teach you how to dress properly. Yeah, we're along with young ladies.
This first phase.
That makes me think of our neighbors and stuff. I was walking by the.
Oh, I know nothing about that.
Phase three, I think.
They were to see. And they had these. And they were dressed in Barbie doll dresses.
You were right, we were all smart.
Oh, it has nothing to do with my friends or anything at all like that. It's just.
He kind of said, just let them out of his dresses. It's for our dog.
No, I know, it is. So random, like, it seems random. Like, I go to say, like, I'm support, and then, someone wanted to combine things more. And I go on different times. And then, I was really good, I know what they jump no one's sitting there. Yes, I like it. No, I don't.
A whole lot more miles to trail.
This is what Bodie and I do until we meet. We're at a 3-year-old level.
Yeah, me too. Very private. That's the way the men is are saying, you know, you guys have too many
Different
audiences. Get together. Here. And then,
Well,
I said, okay, anybody can pitch, you know, they haven't prepared a speech.
I started off as
Prepared speech, something like this.
Fairly
And then they all vote, and then they, cards to see who,
because when those trails were originally built, it was
right now, so we're questions. It is hard, but your friend is. You guys support them?
that those are not hiking. Probably 90s, early 2000s, I was saying.
So we really.
Staying there. Wild guess.
Well, welcome to this.
I missed you, I've gone the
Years ago.
We're gonna be in the right mood to do that.
That makes a lot of sense.
Hip injection.
I really enjoy it. I don't call it every once in a while.
She stayed at my house a few days. She took care of tree at the wall. She goes to live in somewhere else.
Stuck out, you've got pretty good view of that area. So B Street is still.
Well, I mean, I was at
Access still it's been provided.
Yeah, I mean, they said it was.
Yeah.
It's different than with my thumbs. Taking it right into this.
B Street is that trail that we talked about.
It wasn't.
This is, yes, full room tonight. Thank you, everybody, for coming. I think it's got 40 people or more, which is so exciting. And that's exactly what we said. Why in the front row here? So, what's that?
Can you be a little louder?
Yeah, I'll be louder. I will project. So note to all our presenters to be nice and loud so that everyone can hear. And I think I'll just launch into this, but I am celebrating that the live stream is working and people are seeing a view of the screen and they'll be able to see the presenter if the presenter stands like this. So it's pretty exciting. And it looks like it's got about a 10 to 15 second delay from what we're hearing here in the room to what people are seeing on YouTube, but it's working. It's a pivotal moment. If we need more chairs, there are some in the back corner and there's some in the too. Welcome to the third meeting of 2025. We are meeting as we always do, and we live here in Houma within the sovereign tribal boundaries of the Ninilchik Village tribe, land that is and has been stewarded by the indigenous people of this region, the Dena'ina, Sugpiaq, Yupik, and Kachuk peoples. Thank you to Catch My Bay Campus for providing the space and technology so we can enjoy meetings at a consistent location. Thanks to Kyra for being a rock star with the technology. And an extra shout out also to Jill from the college who allowed me to be here on Saturday and Tuesday to figure this out. Thanks to Beth, Carol, and Kyra for standing by as presentation mentors, to Kathy for assessing the eligibility of proposed pitches, to Holly Martin for keeping the Facebook page updated, and the steering committee for sharing the responsibility with me. So we are mic'd and we're streaming live, so please step out of the room for any side conversations. And the sound will get garbled and we won't be able to hear the presenters on the live stream and probably in the room. This quarter, we just had one new member join who signed up for the emails. And here's a brief overview of our group for new members and visitors. There is a slide that has some numbers on too. So that's the agenda. I'll go over that again verbally, but then there's another slide. There we are. So we meet for 1 hour, 4 times a year, and our next meeting will be Thursday, the 4th of December, 2025. We've changed the day of the meeting each quarter, and that variety is intended to create the opportunity for members of 100 Women who are on standing committees and boards and the city council and things elsewhere to be able to come at least some of the time. And the 2026 meeting schedule is already prepared. It's going to be in future emails. We'll have it up at the end of the meeting today. And the hour goes like this. We have a welcome, the previous recipient update, member presentations, Q&A, a vote, and then the recipient is announced and we write our checks and we go home. It usually takes about 40, 45 minutes. Every member writes a $100 check payable to the organization with the most votes, whether you voted for that organization or not. You may write your check for more than $100 if you like. Do not make the check payable to 100 Women Who Care. You make it payable to the organization, and we'll have that written up on the screen. And do not send your check directly to the organization. We need to track it first. And we'll notify all members by email and Facebook about which organization is the recipient. And everyone can mail checks to 100 Women Who Care. And that address will come up later. If you feel strongly about the other causes, you're also welcome to write additional checks for them too, of course. So, welcome to the meeting. And first, thank you for your wonderful generosity in this last quarter. We raised $14,020, and that's all being delivered to the Homer Senior Center. And in addition to that, we raised $1,520 for the Eastland Trail System. I think that was a new record for, that was a new record for the secondary donations, and $795 for the farmers market. And we caught up for earlier meetings with $300 for previous quarters. And so since inception, in 2018, we've contributed at least $391,010. So that's what I have tracked. So. Is Sarah here from the Senior Center?
I saw Kim walk in.
Kim, yeah, so, no, Kim, you don't need to do an update, but Sarah had said she would be here. So if she pops in, maybe we'll have a presentation later. And Kim looked a little worried there. Kim, your duty is done. You did a great presentation and you got them the front. You can tell by that figure that most people got their checks in. I'm assuming everyone in the room is one of those people who wrote a check. But it's not too late if you haven't done your check. You can certainly take it. So let's move on to our presentations for this evening. We had 6 people with their names in the hat. How is the volume? It's okay. 6 people threw their names in the hat, and the eligible members were vetted by the steering committee, and we had to let one of the people know that their organization was not yet eligible, as it was a recipient within the last 3 years. So once you've been the main recipient, you're excluded for 3 years, and that means we at least have 12 different organizations rotate through. 3 presenters were chosen at random. And I did notice, but I didn't notice until 2 days ago, that 2 of them were presenters last time too, but I believe they've got fresh projects. And each presenter gets 5 minutes to tell us why we should vote for their cause. And so first up is Camille. And I think, I mean, you're the main person who needs to see that, and I have figured out, it takes it a moment before it gives you the bell, but you'll get a bell at 5 minutes.
Okay, I don't think I'll go 5 minutes. So what do I hit to make the slide go ahead?
You say, Kyra.
Okay. So next slide, please. Okay, that's gonna be easy. So, all right, I'll give you I'll just look at you. So, hi everyone. I introduced you to the Eastland Trails last time around. And I'm here again, making a pitch, hoping that this time around that you'll support this amazing project and help make it come true for our community. As I have mentioned before, we are trail poor on this side of the bay. The trails across the bay are expensive to get to, and you have to be pretty darn physically fit once you do get over there, with the exception of Gruink, because they all go straight up. The Eastland Trail Project is not just a recreation project. Trails are critical infrastructure. We have roads for cars, harbors for boats, and we need trails for people. It's an investment in our economy. It's an investment for workforce retention. People like to work in areas where they have trails. And it's also an investment in our public health, which I happen to think is super critical right now with these political times that we're currently facing. This is the trail system. It's about 11.5 miles of trails located at mile 17 out East End Road. The black trails are bike optimized trails. The intent is the bikers would go downhill and then they would come uphill on the purple trails. They'll be going much slower when they're coming uphill. It's planned to be developed in 3 phases, built out over, 3 phases, and depending on funding. The views out there are drop dead gorgeous: mountains, glaciers, the Harding ice fields. Phase 1 cost $450,000. This includes parking, infrastructure, and 3 miles of trail. My ask last time was for support for the parking structure, because we had funding for the trails, but we did not have funding for the parking structure, and we could not break ground on our trails until we had someplace to park. Thanks to an incredibly generous donor, we did get the money we needed for the parking. Oh, here it is.
Wow.
It is, that's showing it almost complete. It is 100% complete. It is a drop dead gorgeous parking lot that will accommodate 15 vehicles with a turnaround area. Next. Right now, the parking lot is closed so that we can do trail construction, and we broke ground on the trails yesterday. We are building trails out there. Phase 1 is fully funded. Next. So my ask today is for phase 2. 5 miles of trails for $403,000. Now that sounds like, your donation of $14,000, $15,000. How much is that going to really get us? Well, it's going to build almost 1,000 feet of trail, which is 0.2 miles. And you might think that's nothing, which it might sound like nothing, but I happened to have been in the bike shop yesterday, and I struck up a conversation with a gentleman there visiting. He had some bike issues, and he was from either, I think it was Maine, and he had just gotten a multi-million-dollar grant to build trails in his state at a park that he was working on. The cost of his trails were $1 million for 0.6 miles. We're giving you 5 miles of trails for far less than $500,000. I mean, it is a no-brainer that this project go forward because we're able to do it. Go ahead. So together we are going to build these trails, foot by foot, mile by mile, and I hope that you all join in helping to make that possible. Thank you.
didn't need to fix the timer for that one. Okay, and our next presenter is Anna Meredith. I'm sorry. So you got a nice visual.
Yeah. All right, good evening. Hello, everybody. I know so many of you and recognize pretty much everybody else that I don't know. I'm here again with my hat on for the Homer Farmers Market. I am one of the, I think, 11 board members that we have. Next slide, please, Jenna. Thank you. So I just left the farmers market selling our birch syrup. This is just the rundown of what the market does, but I've seen so many of you at the market, and I believe this community of women knows that this is such a powerful entity in our community. We feed people, we provide such massive amount of jobs. We have over 60 vendors who applied this year, the more that has ever happened. Sometimes we have to even get competitive and ask folks that want to come, we don't have space. And so tonight, a really big thing where we are at, all of us on the board, is we have to find our forever home. And I'm guessing a lot of you don't know, because I didn't know until I joined as a board member, but that land that has always been used to house us at the farmers market is very graciously donated by a local family that wants to remain anonymous. And so that has been the case. That's always been the case. We're extremely grateful. And as we know, things change over time. And it's not changing, but we just don't know. We don't have that security, and we need to have that security for all of this food to get to people, all of these creations that Homer's known for, our artistic creations. And that's the place that so many people come to. And honestly, it is the best farmers market in the state of Alaska. And that's because of the management we've had over the years, and because of all of us vendors, we've all pulled together as a community and made this such an awesome place to be. So what our situation is right now is that we have this multi-year lease, a 5-year lease that we are already actively in, but we want to find our forever home. And I'm on the board right now when we are doing this. So this is a big undertaking. So over the past year, we have already started. We have a planning committee, strategic plan, and we have some properties in mind that we've been talking to different owners about. Okay, next please. So I just wanted to share that those of us who are on the board, we are all vendors except I think for 2, okay? And we are farmers, we are producers, we are creators, makers, crafters. We are not fundraisers. None of us have ever been involved in a capital campaign before. And it's on all of our backs to make this happen. We are starting now because we're in the beginning of a 5-year lease, and it's gonna take a lot of time because the Homer land market's booming, as we all know. It seems just totally overwhelming to me to be able to create these funds, but we have to do it because there's just not an option to not have this farmers market. It's so valuable in the community. Okay, next please. So our ask today is to help kickstart this effort that us board members want to undertake. It's very timely because we, at the end of September, so shout out, farmers market goes through the end of September. And right now is like the biggest harvest season for produce. So please keep coming to the farmers market Wednesdays and Saturdays. This winter, the winter time is when all of us board members, this is when we manage and do everything that needs to happen so the market flows smoothly and our staff has the support they need during the summer to run it. So what we would like this winter is to hire an outside contractor to help educate us, basically, to get on board with us and get us equipped with what we need. We want to work with Robbie Mixon, who is a longtime supporter and original manager of the market, and now is the Alaska Food Policy Council coordinator, works with food all around the state of Alaska, and she is willing and wants to help us do this. Development and acquisition of outreach materials. We have to create these events. We have to create all the outreach that's going to happen community-wide. This is literally the first public sharing of this being the situation that we are looking to buy land. So that's exciting. You're all in the know. And like, for example, with the bottom one, like Rasmussen wants to see that community efforts are building towards a specific effort before they'll pitch in, which so many of you know. Okay, next please. So that's our bottom line. In my opinion, I've been here 20 years and there's not an option to not have our farmers market here. And we do need a home, and we need a larger home. We have constantly the issue of parking. I'm sure all of you maybe complained about the traffic issue we create there, but it's because people want to come in and they want our goods. And it is such a way that this community is healthier. We, young people, elders, community members from the greater area across the bay as well, the whole peninsula south and statewide, not to mention tourists too. So, but primarily it is Alaskans who are eating there or purchasing there. So it's really important that we are able to find a home. So please keep us in mind. And tonight we just ask that you help us board members to start this adventure. All right, thank you.
And our third presenter this evening is Sherry Dolan. And so it's just the time takes away. It's just a visual. The green disappears as your 5 minutes goes down, and so when it gets to zero,
So I
you'll get that little bell.
faster at the end.
You can do that if you like. Thank you, Red.
I am. Hi. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Sherry Doherty. And I'm here with the group Share the Spirit. A lot of you, I can see all these faces out here that have been longtime volunteers. So some of this will be a little redundant, but here we go. Thank you. Whoop. Little short history of Share the Spirit. We started in '92. Yes, some of you were there. We only did 55 households that year. It's gotten bigger now. We provide holiday food baskets and Christmas gifts for the children and the families. That's what we do. That's all we do. We don't feed people all summer long or build trails out East Road. We just do this one project. We have return volunteers, generational volunteers, people that drug their children out of bed in 1992 and made them come pack baskets. Now those people are on our board. I mean, the kids are on our board. We get students to volunteer through the high school because they have the mandatory 20 hours of volunteer. Used to be 30, by the way. Oh, and we called it the ELF program. Some of those students would go off to college. They would arrange their college time off in the wintertime to come home and work on the project. And some of them are now back here raising their families, and they all come down and help. And some of the longtime volunteers are on the board. That's the current board. A lot of you know that person at the top of the board as Frog. Okay, there. Let's see. I decided I needed to explain this picture in case you haven't been there. This is how we raise funds. We have a spaghetti feed. It's usually held at the Elks Lodge. First week of December. We take community donations, and we have a canned food drive through the school system. That's been really slim to nothing the last couple of years, partially because of the economy. Parents used to let their kids just sort of go through the pantry and take whatever. That's not happening anymore. And so we have more expense and less incoming non-perishable foods. This interesting thing here is the food chute that was built by the janitor and the shop teacher, I think 27 years ago. At Homer High, and there's a chute for each of the classes, as you can see, freshmen, sophomore, junior, seniors. Seniors were winning this year, whenever this picture is. It's a competition. The class that wins gives us the most food, earns something. Usually it's money towards the next dance that they have to put on at the school. So food baskets, that's our main job. Last year, it cost us $22,000. And that was before eggs were whatever the hell they are now. We put traditional Christmas dinner items, turkey, stuffing, that sort of thing. And we try to put pantry staples in to make the food last longer. As the prices increase, the quality that we're putting in there and the amount has really dropped off, which is what we're trying to fix. Okay, so this is where we were as of last year. We went from that first 55 families to 254. And you think, oh my gosh, that's so many families. But really, last year, was back down to like 2019 levels because we had this huge bubble between COVID and the years coming off of COVID. So we were really excited that it was only 254. But that does turn out to be 802 people, 997 of which were children and 32 which were littles. So, oh, volunteers, Brad, he's in everything. These are the ways that folks can get involved with our group. Adopt a Family is a program that I would like anybody that doesn't know what it is, has never been involved in it, and wants to ask, let's ask questions offline because I'm about to run out of green. Senior service hours, the kids can be involved. You can volunteer for the spaghetti feed. You can send canned food to the schools with your kid. You can come on basket packing day, and the gift trees are how we put the gifts in the packages. The reason it only cost us $22,000 last year is because we don't buy a few gifts, 95% of the gifts you all go and buy anyway, downtown, off the trees. So our greatest area of need is to increase the amount of money that we have to buy food so we can add more nutritional value to the baskets. And we'll do that by adding more items, and instead of giving them ramen, we can go back to giving them rice and beans and pasta, that sort of thing. I'm out of time.
Before you go all the way back, Sherry, how about the presenters come up? Because often it's really difficult for people to ask questions and hear the answers. So that way we can project, since we're such a full room. Are there any questions, Jane?
I had a question for Anna. Would it be possible to buy the property, some of the people that are currently, who probably own it?
Tyra's also on our board, so I'm gonna pass that.
I don't believe so. They have been, the request has been made and it has been denied presently. That doesn't mean that it won't come up in the future, but it will probably involve money.
This year.
So, yeah.
This year, the request was denied, so 2025.
I'm curious, who is doing the actual trail work right now? Is it a local contractor?
Local contractor, Last Frontier Trails. Everything we've done locally, East End Road Services or East Road Services did all the infrastructure. They did an absolutely incredible job, as you can see from these pictures. And Last Frontier Trails is a local company, so everything is local. Volunteer, everything, local.
I see, Paul.
Sherry, so how much is a basket costing now with Raymond? Not Raymond, and
Oh.
how much would it cost if it could be rice and beans?
If
Would
we
it be
had,
more baskets or would it be better baskets? With this,
well,
this
of course, we never know if it's gonna be more baskets until we start taking the applications. Assuming that there's an increase, because the food pantry has told us there'll be one, I would imagine that if we could put $50 more into each basket, it would have rice, beans, 10 pounds of flour. Maybe we could go back to putting yeast. All of our stuff comes with little recipe cards, because not everybody necessarily knows how to cook with the ingredients we're putting in there. But if we could put $50 more into each basket, so I know you're doing the math in your head. Okay. So my point being that not all of it might get used this year, but at the end of each year, if there's money left over from what we've collected that year, it goes to the other food delivery systems in Homer. So it goes to the Anchor Point Food Pantry. It goes to the Homer Food Pantry. It goes to the food closet at Flex School, the commodities program at Salvation Army.
For Anna. Anna, the borough's thinking about closing some schools. So have you thought about talking to the school district and the borough and finding, actually the borough owns the buildings, but talking about some kind of a deal with the borough, since they'll have that, a building and a playground, parking. I don't know if it's ideal, but.
Yeah, that hasn't come up that specifically. I don't know that anybody else on the board is involved. talking and in the know as much on that, but the one property is connected to a school and we would be requesting permission to use the parking lot during the summer. I'm guessing not one of the schools that will be on the chopping block though. But yeah, that's good thinking for sure. Yep, big spaces. I know we have to think about the large spaces.
And safety, getting them off the highway.
More questions, Rita?
I guess, Anna, I'm just locations, I mean, if you have places in mind, I mean, are they foldable until it's raised, or is it elusive? You're raising money, but you don't know where?
I mean, the one.
Are we tagged in?
Yeah.
Yeah, one is already disappeared. Well, not disappeared, but it has already gone on that for sale, gone up for sale, and so probably not gonna get that. So, yeah, it's gonna, right now it is we hope for that one.
We're letting them know that.
Yeah, and we're communicating that to the landowners. So, and we had communicated that to that particular landowner and they listed it not long after that. So, yeah, it will be a little bit of a crapshoot. But the quicker we can act, that's one reason why we don't want to drag this out too long. And we're recognizing our shortcomings as far as like when that property went up for sale was really when everybody went, oh, do we know what we're doing here? So.
And so you need more than what the current site is.
We
Is
can
it?
make it work. We're getting really creative with our parking design in the back lot, which most people aren't aware of, but us vendors are literally out of space to park. So, but we are making it work for sure.
And is your search within Homer City? Yeah, Homer
Homer
proper
proper, because of
location
access.
is being not so far. And mostly somewhat developed property already, not mistreated, untouched forest.
So we may need to move on from that detail, but is there any other questions?
I have a question for Camille. Could you explain more about how much the community has given to the trails already? How much you've raised from
We have-
the area?
Our 400, as I mentioned, the phase one was 450, actually it's probably gone up now to $460,000. It's like every time you turn around, it's going up. Of that, $200,000 is an RTP, a recreational trails grant that we got from the state of Alaska. So the remainder of it, $250,000, has been raised from the community, which is a huge amount. I mean, that is an absolutely huge amount. We're a small community, so we've kind of tapped out our local resources, and we are looking, as is everybody, looking to other funding resources. We have a grant application into Rasmussen. They're overwhelmed with grant applications from nonprofits. So I'm not quite sure how we're going to do this, but I guarantee you we will do it somehow. I mean, I know we'll do it somehow. But we have raised an incredible amount of money from the community, this very, very generous community, and people who want access to the outdoors, people who see the value, long-term value of trails. Is that
So, John?
How much of phase two do you already have? Or do you have any money
I
towards
really,
phase two?
I have probably $15,000. I mean, we just got phase one. And the reason I'm being so aggressive about starting phase two is we'd like to be able to go right into that in the spring. And it will take all winter to raise that money, if I'm able to raise that money, if we are able to raise that money. And I'm applying to every grant you can possibly imagine and reaching out to people. Resources.
I think Lolita, you were next.
For the farmers market, how big a lot do you need? I have no idea what your acreage is now, but what are you looking for?
Yeah, presently it's about 6 acres.
6 acres. What you have is 6 acres. That's so small. Right, you're looking for.
We can't use the entirety of that because there's trees on parts of it. And there are rules, like we can't build on it. We can't, there's certain things, improvements we can never do that we can.
Because it's not yours.
But, yeah, so,
So you're looking to go to 10, or how much bigger do you need?
6 full acres, yeah,
Okay,
that would be
okay.
great. Yeah, that's minimum, that'd be great. if we could pull off something.
And we did say 5 minutes because we didn't have that first presentation. I feel there's still active questions. I see Deb had a question.
Okay. Anyone else have anything that is new information from the questions that have already been asked?
So the more or less $15,000 for the farmer's market wouldn't be enough for a down payment. So you'd need to get a loan.
Oh, it'd be many steps towards earning the money. This
Yeah.
would be the first step to get started as fast as possible. That's- This is not our forte. But we are very capable and extremely committed to board members, so.
Well, I think we're at the voting stage, so thank you. I think that worked better than,
Yeah.
it was just a spur of the moment thing. Okay, so, and then there is a slide that has.
No, but I know you want to.
Yeah. Okay, so we vote with poker chips and we'll just, I'll come and drop one in. You can start us up.
I know how to do a plunge. Last bitch. What speed you can see the powers just go down to
I know, I kind of.
So Jane, make the introduction, I'll just ask.
Yeah.
I know. No, I know the board had it.
Oh, there you are. I'm glad you were here to get to see this.
I haven't seen her yet. I haven't, anyway.
No,
I
no,
haven't,
no, I
it
just-
is on my, it's on my mind.
When I first started this, I was always arguing. Yeah. I usually just
It's the way we used to do it before they went online. Actually, we got pieces of paper, so too, because then they had to read them and tally them up, and this is an official way to do it.
It's hard to choose.
If I get started on my bike, I get there early, and it's Kelly, it's just a brush.
I literally just signed up as a meeting.
You're allowed to vote.
You're right, okay.
I have my check in hand, but I just literally at 6:05 signed up, so I can't. And I just was never around to do it, and
I haven't been there this week, so I left my mind, you know.
So I never drove all the way up. I did too.
Sitting out in the farm and I gotta get my bike ride every morning.
Did everybody vote? Last call for votes. It's 17.
He's got the best.
Pretty clear winner is the farmer's market today. So the winner is the Homer Farmers Market. So I have a box for checks. I have some spare pens if anyone needs them. And of course you can write more than one check. And if you're delivering it, this is where you would deliver it.
Thank you, everybody.
Can you go back?
Individual, yes.
Oh, yeah. Starting point.
I really want to.
So, get it.
But there are.
The trails have it too. Yeah, I know, me too.
But you don't think they'll connect it? Oh, that's a great idea. Plan for a city center.
I know, it's crazy. Labor Day is gone. Yeah. Finally, I think we feel like. Oh, yeah.
The gallery? Oh, are they for sale? So, are you talking about right here, I'd like to support them, but I end up buying. Nice to see what you got. Yeah. I know. Wow. I don't get to.
So much.
I hope you come back to that spot. I think you're gonna come back to the George. He needs help, really. Well, you know. I don't know, but I can hear like, yeah. Well, they're, I don't see them, I don't hear them.